You may have a lot of problems, but rejection ain't one of them. I'm Brian Pombo with BrianJPombo.com. Welcome back. We're here every day at Brian J. Pombo Live. I'm not in the orange office today. I am in Grants Pass. Decided to get outside, enjoy some of the nice weather. And going back to this book, Start With No by Jim Camp. Wanted to talk a little bit about rejection because it affects you even if you're an e-commerce owner, even if you own really no matter what, if you're looking to do anything that we've been talking about, including content marketing, rejection is always kind of there on the tip of your mind somewhere. Everyone wants to be liked, okay? To some extent or another, everyone wants to be liked, or at least not disregarded. And where does that come from? What does it really come down to? And I found a great passage here from this book. I wanted to read it to you real quick. It said, fear of rejection is a sign of neediness, specifically the need to be liked. It's imperative for the negotiator to understand what rejection is and who can reject you and who cannot. Here's the point. Your adversaries in a negotiation cannot reject you. There's nothing you need from them, so how can they reject you? It's impossible. The parent can reject a child because the child certainly needs the parent. The spouse can reject the spouse. The teacher can even reject the student in the early grades when boy and girl truly does need this teacher. But can your adversary in a negotiation really reject you? They don't have such power. Never, never allow them to believe they do. Rejection is a mentality. It's a mental state. And it comes back to neediness, like we were talking about yesterday. If you have a neediness, if you have something that you need from the other person, if you need them to buy what you're doing, if you need them to like you, that's where your fear of rejection all comes from. You get rid of the fear of rejection by getting rid of the need. This is definitely ties in directly with what we were talking about yesterday. Be careful about rejection. If you fear rejection, you just got to back off from that. The less you care about whether people like you or not, the less you care about whether people buy what you're selling, the less you're going to fear rejection. And it doesn't matter what the other party ends up saying. It doesn't matter how people take you when you put yourself out there on video or through a podcast or through a blog post. You're just putting something out there. If people like it, they can take it. If they don't need to. And I like how he compares it back to other things. It really does, if you listen to a lot of the language that we talk about, rejection and desperation and neediness, it ties back into relationships. And if you're needy for the other person, that person's, for one thing, they're not gonna want to be around you as much because everyone says they want to be needed, and in a sense, I guess you could say to some extent, but it's more like they just want to be liked. And they want the other person to want them to like them. But in the long run, no one wants to be clung on to. And that's why people are always running away from anybody that's trying to really make a hard sale or anything of that sort. So just be careful about that in your own business. Be careful about the fear of rejection, especially when it comes to developing any type of content marketing. If you are an owner or an executive in the self-reliance field, meaning you make products or develop services that help people to become more self-reliant, go to dreambizchat.com. The link is in the description. Go and check that out. And tomorrow we are going to be switching gears again. We're going to be talking about tactics that you could use online with video marketing, specifically on YouTube. This will help you, especially if you already do that. But if you don't, it'll give you some tips on how to go about doing it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Go to dreambizchat.com. Otherwise, we'll see you then. Get out there and let the magic happen.